What's going on, everybody? This is Mrxfix here. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this new episode, series type thing. Today we're going to be taking a random Yu-Gi-Oh card, turning it into a D&D class or monster, depending on what card we get. So we're going to look for just a regular monster card here, and let's see what we get. Alright, so we got the Dark Gremlin. Okay, I think I could do something with this. The Dark Gremlin is a feral imp that evolved into something even more brutal and aggressive. No trace of what it was remains. Okay, so we'll make this like it looks like it only fights with its claws, so I need something with claws. I guess, let's see, kobolds have claws, we'll see what we find. Alright, so looking through some of the Volos, I think Lizard Folk is going to be our best bet. I also looked at kobolds, but they didn't really have what I was looking for, and most of the time kobolds are kind of small, and this thing does not look small. So we're going to go with the Lizard Folk for the race. Alright, so now we have just his base stuff, the abilities he gets with being a Lizard Folk. Base speed is 30. Got the picture. Instead of making him age 35, it doesn't quite look like someone just entering adulthood. But it also doesn't look that old either, so I figured 35 is a good middle range because Lizard Folk reach their elder years about 60, I think it said. We're also going to be using a random character roller just to, kind of speed up the process, and we'll match the best stats with what I think would be good for him. So I think Strength is going to have this 15. And we'll kind of move around the 14. We'll probably be in Con, and we'll kind of plug and play from there. Alright, so actually with racial bonus, this is Constitution went up to 16, so that's now his highest stat, and his Wisdom was increased by 1. But this is what we're looking like so far. Looking at the picture, I'm going to say, there's kind of this aura around him, so that kind of gets me thinking maybe some Barbarian, and that's like his rage, pent-up rage that he has. And then for levels, I was going to originally just go off stars, but I figured, I think, there's like a 12-star monster. So I think with stars, I'm going to have a multiplier of 1.5 per levels, so this would leave us with the level 6 character. I will also be using the improved backgrounds that you can get off the DMG. It is pay what you want, and I highly recommend going and supporting them. I enjoy them. I allow all these backgrounds in my games that I hold, and I think it really just kind of adds more flavor that you can't get with the original PHB and things like that. So I think the best background is what basically the description of the card says: a feral, which is going to make it abandoned, so you were left on your own at a very young age with no other people around you to care for you or teach you. You may have been found later and taught to speak, but you will always bear the marks of your time left alone to fend for yourselves. So this will give us, let's see, survival, so we'll go and check that. Oh, there we go. So we can take survival, and I also feel like nature would be a good one, just because we've been living in nature for so long, so we would have learned, kind of what leaves to eat or what food would be good after sitting a while. I guess that kind of goes into survival. They kind of go hand in hand a little bit, depending on your DM and the table, but I think those are going to be our best bets for the skills for this creature. And with being a lizard folk, we also get 2 more skills. It was like nature, survival, stealth, and animal handling. So we're going to take stealth, because you can hide and it's going to spring on its prey. Oh, and perception. I'm going to take perception, because he's feral. I think he's not going to be trying to tame many animals, going to be more likely to try to spring on attack and kill them, and just eat them with their teeth or something, with their mouth. So we're going to actually make the Dark Gremlin Path of the Beast for Barbarian, so that will give him claws that he can attack and bite, and he can use his tail. So I think that fits this picture perfectly. Man, the bite from Path of the Beast is almost better than the bite from just the class itself. The only thing that it's better for damage die, but you don't get the plus your strength modifier for the bite from the beast form. So some could argue that you will average more with the bite from the race, but not the beast form. But I just found that was interesting. So he has 2 different bites he can do. Alright, for the alignment, I'm going to make neutral evil, because I don't think he's that chaotic. I think he probably is, since he's a beast, he has tendencies, and isn't kind of just all willy-nilly, which might be a poor explanation of chaotic evil. But, I think he is a feral beast, so he does have tendencies, so he's not lawful, but he's not chaotic. I'll just put him right in neutral evil. Alright, for the personality trait, we did I am awful frustrated and lash out angrily. I mean, that makes sense. He's a dark gremlin, take it as you will. A lot of these are going to be kind of seem, in a sense, your edgy backstory. His ideals are anger. He was abandoned, and he's angry at the world for being left alone. I mean, you can do that to people. Bonds, he was abandoned by his family, and he'll find them and basically make them suffer for abandoning him. And he'll fly into rages with little provocation. I mean, just look at him. He looks like he's about to maul my head off just for looking at the card draw. So hit points, I'm just going to be taking the averages that the PHB offers. That will leave the Dark Gremlin with 65 hit points using the D12s, so an average of 7. So with our 2 skills that we get from the Barbarian, I think we're going to take Intimidation and Athletics. It just seems the best. Animal handling, again, I don't think it's going to be the best fit for him. And then basically we have all the rest we would need from the background and the race itself. All right, and for the sake of space, I'm going to add some of the stuff down here, because if you look already at the features and traits, it's getting pretty small. So we'll kind of condense it into 2, so hopefully you can actually be able to read it if you ever did want to look at this. All right, and the armor class for unarmored defense and the natural skin is both going to equal up to 15, so no difference there. If I did have a higher dex, it'd equal the same, because the dex modifier is the equation for both of them. So yeah, 15 is going to be our armor class. Okay, and for the sake of having a weapon, we're going to actually give him a maul. I feel like that is, I would like a great club, but my wanting to utilize and make an efficient character, it's like, why use a great club that only is, I think, a D8 of damage that's two-handed? Well, I could use a maul, and they're kind of similar. Or I'd ask the DM if I could, flavor a maul more like a big great club. But either way, I think that's going to be the best, even though the picture doesn't show him with any weapons. If we're going to have a weapon, which, maybe the DM would let us just use claws as weapons, but if we're going to have a weapon, I think maul would be the best. So that would be +6 to hit, and then 2d6 +3. And we're going to also, for his other weapon, we're just going to give him a club. I don't really see the Dark Gremlin really being a range and throw. He's going to be a get in your face and bash you as much as possible. So we're just going to give him the club, which is, man, I thought the club would be better, but it's just 1d4. You would think it would be a little better than that, but I guess it's just a club. But, man, I have a problem with that. The dagger is also a d4. Oh well, I didn't make the game. Alright, then I decided for a feat we're going to do Savage Attacker, because I could just up strength, and that would probably be a pretty viable option, but I feel like he's also want to reroll some of his damage dice, so we're going to do that for the feat. Again, upping strength would be a viable option. So I think this is about it. We got the Dark Gremlin, 15 AC, 2 initiative, 30 speed. Basically, he's an angry barbarian, so not much different than your other barbarians. Yeah, he is level 6, 35. I made him 6'6", a stocky 300 pounds of pure muscle, green skin, white eyes. Here's all of his stuff, your average barbarian that can rage. If you were to make this into the monster, I would recommend upping the hit points, probably if you want, it depends how hard you want the encounter. If you were facing other level 6 adventurers, I'd say, and it was this is the only monster, I'd say double the health, and then maybe up that armor class just a little bit. I mean, that's kind of up to you, but for the most part, I think this would be kind of fun to play in a campaign. I'm not usually a barbarian fan, but I think it'd be fun. You'd be able to switch it up with your different. You'd be able to switch it up with things that you get from your beast form from the barbarian, and I think the lizard folk caters quite well to it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like and comment and tell me if you want me to do more of these, or if there's a specific card you think would be fun to see as a monster or character. But right now, I think this is it. So thank you all for watching. This is Mr. Fix It here, signing out.